And good morning, boys and girls. Take my medicine and put up with your shits. Robin Williams, rest in peace. Anyway, today we're going to talk about this dispatch screen. Now, it is really in depth, and this is the external. This is not the in-game one. Let me slide this out the way and pull up over here. Function. There we go. F3. This is the in-game. And this is the external, so you can see the difference here. That's the same place. Yep. Nope. Wait. Let's go back. There we go. That's the same place right there. Anyway, because there's Redondo flyover, and here's Redondo flyover. So yeah. Anyway, this is what we're going to be talking about. Let me clear this one back out. Hit escape, and grab this again. Pull this up. So today I'm just sitting here and I decided I was going to do just a quick overview on Dispatcher. Now, if you really want to see the menu, you can do that by going to, and let me see here, move this out the way one more time. Sorry folks. Press F4 to minimize that screen. If you go right here and where you downloaded it, right click and go to open file location. And I'll slide this over where you can see right there, Dispatch User's Guide. That's the actual manual for the site if you want to really read and go into depth. I'm just dispatching on my own today, and come over here, press F4, maximize that back, and then slide this back over. So that's all we're doing today. We're just going to go over the screen here. You can change it. Now here we go. There's the main big screen. Row 1, row 2, row 3. Your yards over here. It depends on what routes you have. As you update your routes, DS will update accordingly as well. So if you get the Seligman, San Bernardino, Bakersfield, etc. Mojave, I believe, is the main one, and I think this includes Cajon. So I'm using the arrow keys up, down, left, and right to switch between. Go down to here. Now I'm going to use right, right, and right. So there's 4 screens there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now here's the yards, and this looks like UP Colton, and use my arrow key, and there's the Barstow yard. We'll go over what some of these boxes mean and so on. Anything that's in gray like this, these actually just happen to be cars, but even locomotives, if they were in gray, means it's not running. There's no AI or a person in there. It's parked. Red means stopped. Green means it's running. It's like these here, green. Gives you the speed, how fast it's going right here. Pink means it requires your attention. Now what I'm doing is I actually have to get these switched over. I got this one pulled in here. Now I need to switch that back. And we'll set this light back to green. This one here, if you see L 6802, that's the length. 314, that's the axle. SP 8519, that's the train number. Right there's one I'm looking at. I just did it by clicking one time on it. And we're going to try to get it. Got 2 of them here. What in the world's going on? I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. Okay, this is a train. This is the back of the train, so you know the arrow key showing which direction it's going. Again, this one's needing attention. I need to bring him down to this track here. So anyway, real quickly, again, left key, right key, up and down, left and right. Now, one of the things I do like about this is that if you press the T or Thomas or train T key, it'll open up a window. Again, red is stopped, green is going, all the gray means it's not active. Pink means it requires your attention, like right here, which is that train up there. You can also set notes in here. You can send it by whatever order you want, like lead loco. If I double click on that real fast, you see it changed in alphabetical order, but now it's descending, and now we're ascending. So if you double click, left click, if I mean right click, I'll specifically say right click. So always assume if I say double click, it's going to be left. Double click on there and it'll put it in alphabetical order, and you can find your trains easier. The same thing with symbols, player name, and so on. Okay, I'll put it back over here. Now, notes is this here, if there's any notes. So let's say, for example, I want to grab that pink train that's down here, and I want to click right there. I can right click and then click inside it and write a quick note, say stuck, just for example, just as an example, and hit enter. No, there we go. Just left click off of it somewhere and you see where it says stuck. Now, if you press Alt T, I'm sorry, Shift T, there we go, Shift T, it opens it into a separate window. So like I'm running dual monitors because my desk is too small for more monitors. This DS screen would be over on my right, my train screen would be on my left as my main, and then this would pop up over there. Notice that it's also larger, and it's not in the same order that we just had it. So I'll close that and go back to regular T. Stuck. Right click, left click off, back here. That was this one right here. I got it stuck. Now, another thing you can do, you can set notes for it. F1 shows your commands, your radio channel. So you got 3 different channels. Your main channel, which we have set to 0. Channel 1, and channel 2. There's a button for macros. If you press that, you can send out automatic macros. You can also make your own. There's 10 of them. So you can erase these and go on and do your own if you want to. Always make sure though that you start out with this hashtag train ID. Always put that first, with the exception of dispatcher calling that train. Again, that's under macros. You can set the channel to work specific areas. So you may want channel 0 being overall, channel 1, let's say the LA area, and channel 2 being Cajon, etc. Pressing the F1, F2, and F3 keys automatically, see how it changed? Changes to active. So F3, F2, F1, and you change the channel as needed. These little things here. Now yellow is Union Pacific, orange is BNSF. When somebody tones you, it'll show up here, it'll light up. You just have to look across the screen because you'll hear it go dee. It'll make a tone, and you try to find out which one. These are actually the 5430. That's the actual area tones. And you just find it and it would be lit up. Being that right now I'm by myself, I can't just actually tone. I don't have I guess I could if I access the train. But switches, you just kind of left click on them and they go. Like this one here, I have it on R. And switch to it back to normal. I need it back to reverse, so I'm going to bring this down to here. And left click one time, notice that the light changes to green. Now you'll see the arrow keys showing which way that train is going and where it might stop at. What else is there? There's a whole lot. You can actually set notes for particular symbols, or let's say let's go special rules and drop to red flag, clear, lock, none, drop to red always, etc. There's a lot that you can do. And here it's just going to be red or green, and that's it. Now in your in-game dispatcher, it'll be red, yellow, and green. So it'll be just one or the other. And here it's just red or green. Now unless you lock it, and there'll be a circle around it that shows that it's locked, which I can do right here. Lock signal, boom. And oh, there's an X on there. You see right there? It's hard to see, but there's an X right there. It means that it's locked. Now if I want to, after how many trains, 1, 2 trains, we'll go and drop to red, and boom. Now you see there's a highlighted circle around it versus nothing. That highlighted circle tells you that there's rules applied to that. Okay, there's rules applied to that. And so I'm going to go back here, go back to none, and let it go. And see, now the circle is gone. So I'm right-clicking on the signal. Right-click one time, and then you just make your changes. Drop to red always, how many trains you want to go by, etc., etc. Changes to clear, lock signal, etc. Yeah. Turn that back off, sorry. You can also create pathways. So let's say, let me find one here that's not blocked by anyone. By double clicking on the train, that shows you your information. You can double click on it again, any notes, double click on it again, gives you your length and axles, your weight, your train number, player, however you want it to be labeled, that you can recognize it. So right click, and I see this behind it, so it tells me it's going this way. Right click there, and I'm going to say right click to left shift hold. No. There we go. Right click to go to, you see how it turns white? That means you're setting a path. Okay, left click on it, and you can set your signals here. Don't fleet or fleet signals, drop, store path. What I'm wanting is to set path. Whoops. Come on. I hadn't done this in a while, but from right click to right click. Execute path. There we go. So now that train will automatically see all the lights are changing on their own. And these actually go to yellow because the next one's going to be a red, and this train will take off. So I just set a path from here to here, just as an example. Normally you would set it the whole route, but that is execute. So let's try that again, and let's go with that one's in the yard. Okay, that's he's in the yard, I guess. I can't see. Oh, he's right there. Okay, on the siding. And let's just take him to, I hate to waste the siding, though. It's such a small train. Let's find a better one. Okay, here's a 5,000 foot one. So we're going to take that. Whoops. Just click off the screen somewhere, and it releases it. So it's a SP, double click, whoops. Move the mouse up to there we go. QWC. Alrighty, so he's 8,400. Ooh, he's a big one. And let's say I want to just side him up to here. So I want to right click, and then I'm going to put him up in here. Oh, 8,000, yeah. Let's say I wanted to go to there. So we right click again, left click, and execute path. So it'll set all the switches and the lights for that execution, for that path, and it'll pull them right up in here. You can do that with any of these trains. So again, you want to right click so it turns white, right click on the spot that you want it to go to, like to there, you see the white arrows, left click and execute path. Now there are other things that you can do. You can fleet, don't fleet, drop signals, lead the final signal, drop final signal, etc. I'm not going to send that one, but I just wanted to show you. There's so much more that you can do in here. You can set notes, you can set speed limits, and so on. But to give you a basic idea of how this is going, I still got to deal with these trains. This one's slowing down 3.5. I got to do something with this one. He is 6,000 feet. I got one in here that's stuck 6,800. Not gonna fit in there. I want him to come up to here, so I need to get him going. So I can either do it manually like this and just come through, or I can do the path. Now you see why a path would be so much better. And now it'll stop here. It takes a second or two for the trains to get going like normal. So I'm going to need to get him up over here. 63 is too big to fit in there. 67 too big to fit in there. What am I going to do here? I'm going to have to take this train and back him up. This one's 14,250 feet in length. So this is the thing about dispatch screening. You got to figure out what to do and how to keep trains rolling. Alrighty, that train is going. Now that other one is 67. I gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do here. Because I got two of them that are trying to go in opposite directions on the same track. I want to take a look at it. It's 5,500. Okay, Ontario. That's 63, 67. That's 68. I could put both of them up in here. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'll do. So I'm going to send both of these into this siding here. There's enough room. 6802, 67. Bring out my calculator here. So I got 6802 plus this one here, 6725, 6725. Just barely 13,520. 7 feet, and this siding is 14,000. So let me add that to my memory. Let's clear. Let's put 14,250 minus memory recall. Right there, memory recall equals 728 feet worth of play. So they're going to be close to each other, but there's plenty of room to get them both in there. Alrighty, good deal. Memory clear, calculator clear, back to here. So, okay. Last location, is it on the active CTC, which is what we're doing. Let's take a look up here. I got a lot of stopped ones here, a lot of good ones going here. This one is going to come up and stop here. 84, yeah, that's the one we programmed in, that's right. Let's take a look at the yards here. That's Colton. There's only one train. He's after 39 miles an hour. Is it a directional arrow? Oh yeah. You can trying to remember what is it. You can set the, there he is down there. Yeah, I can't get figure. Okay, it's been a little while. You can actually set the direction, and I just had it up earlier. Oh, one other thing, just like in game, if you have yourself set to a switch, let's say this switch for example, okay, and you hover over it and you press the space key, in game you will automatically teleport to that. So it's just like working in here. I'm going to slide this out the way and show you. Okay, and I'm just going to be putting my mouse over this and press the space key, and voila, you see I switched. I am now over here, and this is that train going by. I'm right here now. So let's say I want to teleport to a different place. Let's go up. Let's go back to where are we at right here. Let's say I want to go to this switch here. Put my mouse over it, space bar, and guess what? We are at that switch, which is right there. And there's that train that's sitting there waiting. This train right here. I believe this also works if you was to go to a train. So let's go to this one that stopped. Hit the space bar. Hit the space bar. No, I take that back. That don't work. Okay. That's alright. But we are now right here at this switch. So you can teleport and teleport to the train. Always make sure you're standing clear of the tracks. I got myself standing a little too close here. Again, the arrow shows which direction it's set to. Red is off. Now, not all of them will have arrows. Some of these will not, and you'll have to probably put it in yourself. This is all a preload, and it comes with the game. This was La La Land. So they're already set up. I'm trying to remember how we do that. It's been a little bit. All my Amtrak trains. Control. Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Double right click on your mouse. There we go. So you can set your arrow direction. You can change it east, west, none. The marker, you can set it. It shows none. You can go over. You see that line just showed up. Under. Now it's underneath. Both. And say none. And you can control the AI from here as well. So if I go west, you'll see that it's showing that it's going that way, but it's not. It's actually going east. So again, that is double left click. And that's where you get it, and you can stop the train or whatever. Flashing pink, that means a train is passing it by. And of course, that's exactly what's happening here. So if you see flashing pink, pink and yellow, that means there's a train passing it. This one's going to pull in. This one's going to come in as well and stop. And once these two trains are on this siding, and I can throw the switch back to clear, I can pull this train out and then send it on, send the rest on its way. Now there are other symbols that you can do with these trains. Blue and gray, I forget what all is, but feel free to read that manual. Feel free to read that manual, and it's a wealth of information in there. A wealth of information. There we go, restricted speed. So if you go to a track section where these are and double right click, you can set and enable restricted speed and the speed that you want to go at. So let's go enable and then left click off over here. Now you see that it's changed. It's got a circle around it, and it's got the speed limit, which I had at 15. You see that right there? So double right click, and you can change the speed to what you want. 20, left click off the screen, you see it changes. Double right, and turn it off, and left click off somewhere. So any one of these little bumps, that's where you can set a speed. The little 2.6, and some of these have different 4.6, 1.6. That should be the miles between each one of these, I call them bumps. The miles between each one. I used to think it was the total miles between all of it, but it wasn't adding up when I did the math. So I could be wrong. If I am, I apologize, and feel free to leave a explanation in the box below. Okay, so that train is pulled in, and he's going to come to a stop down there, and this next one's going to come in. I could actually send this one out while I'm waiting, and I think I will. And where is he going? Southern Pacific. I'd have to look that one up. He's almost a mile long. Okay, he should be slowing down. Oh yeah, another thing is, even though a train is going by, you can try to click the signal and it'll say flashing. Oh, this train's already gotten by, but I'm going to turn it back. If the train has not gotten by, it's still actively going through, like right here for example, it'll just stay flashing and it won't change. It will change once the train is cleared. So to cancel that, you just click on it again. That's left click. There is a way to be able to set track notes in here, etc. Again, feel free to read that manual. You know what? I'm going to actually grab that train and do a tone, and so you can see what it's like. Oh, come on, Coke. Cap didn't want to go on. I'm going to grab that train right there, the one that's flashing, that Union Pacific. Right down here. If you hold the left shift key while walking, it'll make you run. It'll speed you up. Okay, so I'm going to left click here. Hold position, relinquish when stopped, and stop immediately. It's relinquishing. You'll see it changing on here also. Now you see it went from active to gray. There's nobody in that train. So I'm going to actually take control of this train for a second here just to show you something. Okay, now it's back active. I actually am in control. So what is the ping in this area? Trying to see. I think it's 15. Come on, let's get up in here. Shift F11, or Control F11. There we go. Let me come down over here to my radio. I just want to double check something here. 8672. 8672. I should be, where am I? My eyes are not all that great anymore. I'm thinking it's 15, so I'm going to go DTMF pound 15. It's not doing it. Why? Or is it? There we go. Okay, star. So I did that. Acknowledge. Wait for DS to call back. I did it on 15. Slide this over, and now you'll see right here. You see that? And it'll ping, but you couldn't hear it because I was actually in the train. But if you're running dispatch, you'll hear it, and you look, but you don't know who's pinging you, and you'll see it. Like in this case, I'm flashing here. To clear it, just left click on it one time and that'll clear it. So let's do this again. I'm going to go DTMF pound, and in this case I'm going to do 15, and then I'm going to wait, and see, there it is. Different areas had different ones like 50, 13, etc. And you left click one time and that clears that. So now I'm going to come back in here, turn back to the front, F12 to get out, back up, and I'm going to set this back to AI recrew, and that'll change. Make sure I'm off the track here. Should be another one coming. Okay, he's come to a stop because the switch is thrown against him. This one is slowing down, coming in, and I want to make sure he clears that switch before I throw it so that this guy can go on, and then I'll pull these guys out and let them go. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. And see, that other train is way down there. And this one is still waiting, and here it comes right now. Slide this over a little bit. That's this train right here. Notice it'll start flashing here in a moment. And there he goes, pulling in. Notice, start flashing again. Start flashing yellow, pink, means that they're passing each other. Now, to show you what I was talking about, I'm going to click on this switch, and it'll flash the entire time until that train clears that switch. Once it clears, that switch will change. Whoops, I need to click here for a second. Shift C, turn that off. I don't need that HUD up. Now some people will take this game very serious, too serious, and they take the fun out of it. But as a dispatcher, for dealing with those kinds of people, you have to know your map, know your switches, know how to find and locate the individual you're looking for, and keep them moving. Now, most servers seem to tend players come before AIs, but that leads a question. You got a Z train coming through, that's an AI, versus a player train. Let's say it's an oil train or U train. You gonna break the rules and put a Z train on a siding and so that the player can get by? I mean, it's kind of hypocritical and contradictory. So I guess these servers, you just do it as you feel fit and just have fun with it. I just cannot stress. I've seen it. I've gone through it. I've had to deal with it. I actually got banned from the server. Not Home Depot. Oh my God, I'm sorry. The Depot. Because I spoke up against some of the practices that they have over there on YouTube here. Some of those people over there take it way too serious. There's other servers too that some of that happens. Just remember, folks, you bought the game, you playing it, you're not making money. This is not a job. This is not your income. So keep it as it should be. It's a game. It's a simulator. It's about as close to real life from what I understand as it can be. I've never worked for the railroad, so I don't know. But from what I've heard, that is comparable to the actual simulators that the engineers apparently use while they're going through training. So, but it's a game. Don't get your tail feathers in a waggle because somebody forgot to set a switch, or don't be cursing them out because the dispatcher can't seem to find you fast enough on the board. And just put your big girl or big boy panties on and just have fun. That's all it's about, having fun. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Attitude will make or break you. Alright, this train is slowing down. It's coming to an end. I'm still waiting to see. That switch should clear. There should be enough room in there. If not, I'll take control of it and pull it up in further. Now, I don't know the number of feet you have to be clear of a switch for it to register that it's cleared. I want to thank all my followers, those that have been with me for a while, a long time, and the new ones that have just recently joined. Thank you. Always feel free to watch my videos that I make. Also, got spreadsheets in there, one on the DPU if you like to really follow the formula. The Depot has a really good engine formula calculator that you can use as well. I've also got a spreadsheet over there, Google database there, that it don't look like it's going to clear, that you can use. So I put the links in the description below. They are not editable, but you can. Let me just click. Well, it's not letting me. I'm not going to click stop immediately. I just wanted to go. Train deleted. What train got deleted? Oh, come on. My computer's like not wanting to work right. Yeah, it didn't clear that switch. Come on, give me my train. Alrighty. Whoops. I'm just going to fly down there then. I want to get down here. where this locomotive is and pull it in closer till my switch is clear. There we go, down here. And relinquish when stopped. Stop immediately. Get down here. I'm actually going to go past this light. F12. I'm now in it, and I'm going to hop in. Come on, get me in. And now I'm going to show you. There is a counter, but I don't know how far in I am. And I explained that on another video. So what I want to do is slide this out the way for a minute, take control of this train, clear my brakes. And I'm going to try to pull this in as close as I can to this other train here. Until that switch stops flashing. I'm going to put it like this so that we can see, so you guys can see. And I'm going to go back, and now I'll click back on this again. We're watching for that. And there you go, they cleared. Okay. And put my brakes on. And we are stopped. And you see I am now clear. It's still flashing because I'm next to him. But you notice that that stopped. So let me hop out of this train and put it on recrew. Re-AI it there, recrew it. He is not going to be able to go anywhere because of that train there in front of him. And we'll come back over to here. Now, this one I can go ahead and right click. And I'm going to send them to here. Right click again. Unable to find a path. Execute path, left click, and boom. So now he's going to go ahead and take off and get up to there. And that's that one that was back behind us here. That's that train right there. And E and Q is up and down. F12 will put you on the ground. And shift, left shift, F12 will allow you to fly, but it'll also put you below ground. So if you find that you're having this problem here and you can't seem to get on the ground, just get up above it, press the function 12 key, and you'll land. Left shift F12 lets you fly. So I can get up here and look, and I can go ahead and set this, and that number 2 means that there are 2 trains on this track. That's what that number 2 means. I'm glad I saw that. That's what that means. Now he's moving on. I've managed to clear up that stalemate there. And he can go ahead and go. He's got a light, and there's going to be another one behind. And that's them coming in here. And behind this train. So that's what dispatching is all about. And this is using version 17 of the external dispatcher. Keeping the trains going, getting them to where they need to go. I hope this helps some. Again, feel free to read the manual